Hello, friends. This is Mike, and I'm here today with a new episode of the Law of Attraction Odyssey. This is going to be episode 3, and the title of this episode is going to be Conscious Creations Are Always Brand New. Conscious creations are always brand new. So getting started here, I wanted to talk about how with the law of attraction, it's really easy to get into a self-perpetuating loop where you feel like you are creating the same thing over and over again. And eventually you can feel like giving up because you feel like you can't get out of that loop. I wanted to talk about what I mean by conscious creations is that whenever you create as creating as love, creating as your higher self, there is always this sense that your creations are brand new. And what I mean by that is you can think of it energetically. First, it's easier to think of it energetically than creating physical manifestations, because whenever you create as love, create as your higher self, that's always a feeling of being a completely brand new creation. Because whenever you are connected up and linked up to your higher self and your light body, you are like perpetually a brand new being. And I can I say that because I experienced that. I'm always growing and learning and becoming greater, but whenever you're tapped into your higher self, you can rise above in frequency any creations of fear that exist in your reality or exist in your field. Because when you're aligned to your higher self, which is the self that your creator intended you into being as, that self is always brand new. There's no creations of fear that hinder it or encumber it in any way. And creating is that means you're creating ways in which you're celebrating the fact that you're always a brand new creation. And this is a very powerful idea, because basically all of the things that we struggle with in law of attraction and creating the things in our life that we want come from the ideas we have and the expectations we have about what we should be creating, or what we think we should have that we don't. And when they don't add up, then we feel distance between us and our creation, what we're trying to create. And whenever you learn how to create consciously, or co-create with your higher self, which is love, you learn how to not beat yourself up about not creating exactly the things that you want in your life. Because when you create as that higher self-consciousness, every single thing is brand new, and you're aligned to it in a way where whatever shows up, you welcome it, and you feel like you're falling in love with yourself all over again through what's showing up, because it's a manifestation of the will of your higher self. And when you're connected to your higher self in that way, you feel like you're being reborn in every moment. Whenever whenever myself or anyone has like an energetic slump and feels like there is a disconnect between what you want to experience, how you think you should be, the things that you want, and what's actually here. You're creating a gap that doesn't allow you to feel yourself as brand new in every moment, because you're still you're still giving energy to a part of you that was created in fear. And that part of you is not an inherent part of you. It's a part of you that you created because you created a energetic construct in your consciousness that said, this is something that I want to distance myself from. I want to get away from this. Or the opposite, a creation of like, this is what I want. I need this to be happy. And that creates a construct in your consciousness, a thought form, where there's a distance between the ability of your higher self in alignment with your ego to feel brand new in every moment and rejoicing in that feeling of just whatever is arising. And then the construct, the fear-based construct that's saying, no, you can't enjoy that. You have to be here. So there's a disconnect and you can't feel the newness. And so creating consciously allows you to always feel brand new. And it's extremely liberating because it lets you be free from just striving and constantly trying and worrying about creating exactly what you want, because you're able to feel that you are exactly what you want in every moment, because the higher self, your higher self, my higher self, our higher self, the higher self all of humanity shares is ultimately, it's all we really want. And we come up with all these ideas about like maybe this is what I need to create in order to feel worthy of feeling and knowing myself as my higher self. Or maybe I can't feel connected to my higher self until a meaningful soulmate partner shows up. And then that's just more distance that makes you not feel brand new in every moment. It makes you feel like you're just dragging past ideas with you that separate you from your own ability to just marvel in your own self-love. And so the meaning of this video is I just really want to just shake up the whole snow globe of the old paradigm law of attraction about you can have anything you want. Just pick anything you want and you can have it, and then you'll be happy. Because that's just messed up so many that's just confused so many people and made it feel like that their consciousness just does not manifest, or it's broken, or it doesn't work properly. And I just want to change all that, because your higher self is the part of you that creates that orchestrates your life circumstances and your life path for everyone. I mean, people that don't know anything about the law of attraction, their higher self manifests their life path for them. And it's always in alignment with their free will, their actions, what you want to create, what you move towards, the actions you take. And whenever you become into alignment with a love-based law of attraction, you're able to consciously just adjust the sails of your energetic body to align to your higher self and create with it. Like, consider the wind as your higher self. Ultimately the wind is going to blow in the direction it's going to blow. and you're going to be blown in that direction. But you can adjust your sails to dictate how you experience that wind, how you interpret that wind, and how you want to navigate through the ocean, like quickly or slowly, or this way or that way, while all the way being guided in that one certain direction by the wind of your higher self. And whenever you're aligned to that wind, you're always able to feel that you are your higher self. And when you're able to always feel that you are your higher self, that you are the love of your higher self, you let go of feeling like you have to be something else, somewhere else, achieve this, don't achieve that. And you can feel like you're always just brand new. You're always being reborn into what you really want, which is to feel powerful, to feel loved, to feel important, to feel honored. And all of these qualities are just different names of the higher self. And the higher self is what you are. And when you align to that wind, and you learn to adjust your sails and not fight the wind and just enjoy it, you learn to fall in love with yourself in every moment, all over again, as your higher self, always feeling that you're completely brand new, and transforming how you experience everything around you. Because whenever you feel like you're being reborn in every moment, then equally so, your outer reality is being reborn in every moment. And one of the authors I love a lot is Richard Dotz. He does ebooks about like just simple little law of attraction tips and tricks, and just really, really cool stuff, like just instantaneous magic to change your reality. And one of the things he was talking about was in every moment, like all of your reality, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, in every moment, all of it is deconstructed and reconstructed simultaneously in the image of how you command it, how your energy guides it, how you choose to see it. So in every moment, it's like we're choosing to destroy and recreate our reality in the exact same way. Whenever you're encumbered in fear-based creations of thoughts or ideas or beliefs about what your circumstances mean, you're choosing to let these things deconstruct and reconstruct in every moment in the exact same way, because you feel tied to them. You feel like your identity is bound up in them, and that you're much smaller than your higher self. But when you're aligned to your higher self, then all the pressure is off of you. You don't have to get this certain specific goal before you feel worthy of your own love. When you align to your higher self, like every moment is just a celebration of arriving, of just like endless arrival to being exactly who you're meant to be as your higher self. And then that's the perpetual rebirth, deconstruction, reconstruction. That's what one teacher talks about as the 0 point doorway. That's where you can connect to any part of the universe, any aspect of your energy field, through that 0 point doorway. That's always brand new. And so your higher self is always brand new. And anytime you don't feel like you are being a brand new creation in every moment, then that means that you are consciously choosing to identify yourself within a creation of fear. And all that means is you're choosing to identify yourself within a energy where you feel separate from your own divinity. And all you have to do is realign to the love in your heart and the light in your mind and the crown of divine royalty that rests upon your head and everyone's head as the crown chakra. And when you align to that, all of that stagnant, heavy, dense energy that doesn't want to move, that feels like it's stuck and does not want to be recreated in a new way, all of that lets go, because when you tune into your higher self and choose your higher self as you, which means choosing to love yourself, honor yourself as divine and one with the universe, the source, the creator, the collective Christ consciousness of humanity, all that sense that you aren't brand new in every moment completely dissolves into nothing. And that's the flow, the Tao, the yin and yang, being in a constant transformation, a constant transformation of energy between heaven and earth, where there's nothing but just perpetual brand new energy, brand new consciousness recognizing itself as itself. And that is what I meant by conscious creations of, my goodness, what was the title again? Conscious creations are always brand new. That was the original title before we went through the rabbit hole of that transmission. And that is the essence of what I wish to share about tapping into your higher self to create with the law of attraction, and creating as a brand new being, creating as that feeling that there is nothing but brand new energy in every moment. And anything that feels stuck and is not aligned with that brand new energy of falling in love with yourself over and over again in every moment, that just means that was created from a energetic place where you felt separate from your divinity, and you can transmute it in a split second by aligning to your higher self and forgiving yourself and allowing that experience to return to the light through you, so you can feel how brand new and holy you are, new in every single instantaneous moment. Because that's real law of attraction right there. That is how you created your higher self, how you create a heaven on earth reality for yourself, so you can assist other people in doing the same until there is just until all of the things on the entire planet and the whole world that make us feel separate from the divine and from our higher selves is instantly just transformed, and we're all just brand new creations of holy light in every moment. Because ultimately, in our collective higher self-consciousness, that's what we are. We are just a energetic collective being of light and consciousness that is always brand new. And we have gone on a hell of a journey on the earth, experiencing ourselves as not brand new and not eternal beings of light. And it's time for all that to change, because everyone wants to go home to the light. The world's changing. There's a massive shift occurring where the dark forces of dark, that's a whole nother video there. I'm not even going to try to get there right now. But basically, just the humans on earth that chose to serve separation from divinity which basically just means to serve death, because death is a belief that you can be separate from eternal life, separate from your higher self, in comparison to serving life. And that is the part of humanity that is the light, the awakened, that are seeking to transform the world. We choose to serve divinity, or unity with life, eternal life. And all the creations of fear and all the creations of light are being reconciled on the earth. And we'll talk about the events going on the planet in another video, but that's going to be the end of this episode of the Law of Attraction Odyssey. I hope that this just opened a doorway within your heart and mind about how easy it is to feel brand new in every moment by aligning to your higher self. It's not complicated. It's just easy to get bound up in the current of collective unconsciousness in the world. And honestly, that's kind of how I felt most of the day today. I wanted to sit down and do a higher self channeling just because it helps me feel very connected to my source and creative. And everyone just has their own experience. And don't fight with yourself. It's fine to feel however you feel. And just allow yourself to learn to be drawn back into your heart center and your higher self, so you can feel that you're a brand new being in every moment, because that's what we are. We are always being reborn, because our higher self does not give up on us. And that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you again on episode 4. Good night.